Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Indian Table Talk. We are back after 3 years. We had shot this during COVID, and we're back again with a bam bush. Okay, so I'm your host and producer Saranga Patil, and today with me I have my friend Atharva, who is talking to me all the way from Manchester. So, shout out to Atharva. Hello, Atharva. Woohoo!
Hi, what's up?
Okay,
It's
so
been so
Atharva,
long.
okay,
It's been so long.
it's been really long. So the last time we had
Yeah.
shot this was 3 years back. My hair was really short. It was my complete face was really
Ah,
different. And I think I can put that link somewhere over here. The 3 years original wala video. And you can watch that if you want to. It's really long. It's like 1 hour long. There are two parts to it. You can watch it if you want to. But in this episode, I'm going to focus on Atharva right now for this episode. And Atharva is currently based in Manchester, like I said. He went there to pursue his master's studies, and he was extremely active when we were in college. We were in the same batch almost. Like he was in A, I was in B. No, opposite. I was in A, he was in B. But yeah,
same class, different divisions.
exactly, same class, different divisions. But it was like he was nothing. Like we were all of us were together all the time because none of us were in the classrooms. We were always outside the classrooms, and we were
In the
always doing.
courtyard.
Yeah, the courtyard is like, so we had like a little courtyard in our college, which still is a very iconic spot for everybody who wants
Definitely.
to do events or maybe just hang out. So all of us, we have like a group. Shivani is next, so uh she, like, all of us were over there. So yeah, Atharva is a football geek and he's a foodie. He loves food. I love food. All of us love food. But specifically to Atharva, man, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm great. There has been a very significant transition from Mumbai to Manchester, I
Okay,
believe. So I'm settling now, I
okay,
would say. But yeah, the struggles are real.
that's great. That's great. So
Yeah.
the last time we did this was 3 years back. So what do you think has changed in the 3 years period?
A lot has changed, I would say. I mean, totally, like from the location, from the geography, from the my perceivance of architecture, and even my personal growth as a person. Now, back in home, I used to have like mommy to do everything, but now here we have to do our own stuff, and it's really hard. So, learning management the hard way, I would say, is what is going right now.
Okay, but it's a good thing. I think all of us need to get there. But yeah, it's a good problems, good kind of problems that people need to have. Anyway, so
Yeah.
Atharva, the last episode that we had, uska complete format was very different. We had like two
Mm-hmm.
segments. It was very long. I think we were recording for like 1 or 2 hours, maybe all of us, and it was very
Yeah, it
exhausting
has
for
to be in two parts.
yeah,
It has to be
it had
in
to be
two
cut
parts.
to two parts. It was that long. So right now I'm going to just change the complete format of this these series because I feel
Okay,
that as Gen Z and as millennials, our attention span is reducing. It's very stupid, but
that's true.
but that's the fact. That's the truth. So we need
Yeah.
to adapt to the current scenarios, and yeah, cut down to shorter videos. So yeah, today at Tharva, I have very specific three questions for you.
Okay.
Yeah, and every single time, like I ask you, there's gonna be like a drum roll. Oh my god, that this is completely. I'm going completely off script. I'm just like blabbering any nonsense, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
We have editing,
Yeah,
power of editing.
editing. Woohoo, woohoo. So the first
Okay.
question, drum roll. Caption. What is your favorite thing to do in Manchester?
Oh, my favorite thing to do in Manchester, to be really very honest,
Yeah,
there haven't been a time where I could explore really what I like, because most of the times we just have to be there because we need to earn or we need to study.
yeah,
But I mean, the campus life was one of the thing I would really miss later on, because what campus life we had back in India and how the education and how everything was being done was very differently. I won't literally put it in black and white that this is good or that is bad. Everyone has its own identity, I would say.
Okay.
So coming here and being in this campus of Manchester University is was a big deal for me. I mean, I was very much overwhelmed with the campus, and this was the first time when I actually thought about this, that they thought of integrating a university in a city. So this university doesn't have a gate like what we used to have back in Divya Patil,
Okay.
but this is like within the city. So like there's a residential building next to a college building, then there is some shop or restaurants around. So you
Okay.
are within the city, but it's a very campus kind of a thing where they have, made special provisions for parking for students, and there are special traffic regulations as well because it's a campus road. So it was
Okay.
very unique, and I would say I love that part. Because, and other thing I would like here was like the open spaces, which are lacking very much in Mumbai and in India in general. So
Yeah.
I mean, even being a very small country, they have really, I think, have very much focused on this green spaces,
Mm.
and that really affects our day-to-day life. I mean, we pass by a tree in general, but we don't really acknowledge or the difference of what it makes to the environment or to that scenery. That was one thing. And I would say definitely going to matches at Old Trafford is one of my favorite thing. And I was lucky enough to get a stadium job. So it was like Manchester United was paying me to watch their matches.
Oh
So
my
I mean, it was a
God.
great opportunity.
That's
Although I didn't make
amazing.
that much money, it was just handful. But
Okay.
yeah, the experience was like a sellout for me. I was like sold there. Yeah, I'm fine. Whatever money you give, I'm fine. And they do have a good hospitality for their employees, I would say. I mean, even though I was doing a public catering job, but still they used to provide us with meals and all the coats and jackets and everything. So this is what I would say I liked here doing most.
Okay. Interesting. Did you meet any celebrities when you were working in the stadium?
Oh yeah, that
You
was a
did.
very interesting story. I'd like to say it to you.
Go ahead.
So I
Atharva and his
met
stories.
Anurag Kashyap.
Traveling. Oh yeah. I saw your
Yeah,
Instagram story. I think you had put it some time back. That was really great.
I
How was the
Yeah, so it
experience?
was it was basically a Manchester Film Festival that was happening here,
Okay.
and they had this international films which was like screening over like a period of 2-3 weeks. And I was sitting at my home. Suddenly, the pop-up came on Instagram that Anurag Kashyap is in Manchester and all, and I was intrigued. I was like, "How is it? Let's see if we can get a chance to meet him."
Okay.
And it was like his new film is getting launched. It's called Kennedy. It's a mind-blowing movie.
Okay.
It's a thriller. It's a crime thriller movie
Okay.
about a cop. And the thing was basically it was the last day of the film festival, and it was the screening day.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that you can watch and have a Q&A with him. So I just got the tickets, but just before getting it, it's very expensive here. So I just texted the organizers that I'm a student and can I get a student discount and all. So they were like, yeah, 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 of course, we can do it for you. And they were very kind enough to
Yeah.
give me the students discount. And then I purchased the tickets and I watched the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And by the end of the movie, he actually showed up in the screen. And I
Wow.
was just amused for a moment. And he's a very modest guy and a very humble guy, I would say. Like by the end of the time when the film was closing, he was just standing there for 5 minutes and no one noticed that he was there. I mean, if it would have been in India,
Yeah.
people start going crazy, people start bashing on them, sir, selfie, 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 and all.
Yeah.
But he was very kind enough to be, patient. He answered to us, he interacted with us. And eventually we all went to him like, sir, selfie, selfie, and all. Then he himself said that, no, no, let's go out, go in good lighting, and I'll give photos to all. Let's talk outside and all. He was a very good guy. So that was a great experience meeting him. I also thought him to invite overnight for a dinner, but I was like, no, maybe a bad idea.
But did you ask him? पूछा भी नहीं क्या?
No, 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 no.
यार शी
Just
यार should have asked him at least. नहीं बोलता तो नहीं बोलता.
fear, complexity fear, I would say.
Oh God. Okay.
Like
And
he's a
yeah.
big celeb. Why would he entertain me? Why should I ask him? Would I look stupid? I know it's stupid. I should have asked.
Yeah.
But now when I look back at it, I think of it.
Anurag Kashyap, if you happen to accidentally watch this, go and have a dinner with Atharva Bhole, please. Go to his
I
house in
don't know whether
Manchester.
he will be in Manchester anytime sooner now that the
I think
festival's done,
he'll
but
come
might be in
someday.
India if we
Yeah.
come, if our paths come across,
Yeah.
maybe someday.
So your favorite thing to do mostly turns around is to watch matches, is basically football, right?
That was just a part of it. I mean, there are
Okay.
many more things to do. First of
Okay.
all, you also missed one part, that I am a gamer geek as well, apart
Yes.
from a football geek. So
Yes.
most of the times I prefer playing games, but since I've been here, I didn't get much time to play games. So now that I have some time, I do that. So there are like crazy places here to explore in that way also. I mean, if even if you just go out for a walk anywhere, like there are shopping centers or just some clubs or pubs or even good parks here. So
Okay.
most of the time, what my favorite thing to do is keep exploring Manchester every time.
Okay.
So watching matches is like just a part of it, and it's really expensive out here. I mean, for all the students, and this is my humble request to all the students, that if your life is going well in UK, then it's okay. Otherwise, you're good where you are. I mean, I because this was I don't know if this is a further question that would be coming in a segment, but because it's just up, I would like to bring it up.
Go ahead.
That I was really thinking about this masters thing, and I had this in mind that we should do masters out
Yeah.
abroad, so that we can at least know what difference or what similarities are there between the study patterns, or like what, because we all Indians have this thing that Western influence, we
Yeah.
say it, like whatever the European countries are doing must be great, might be great because they are white and all the stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know where it came from, but now when I look back at that thought, I think that no, actually Indian education is much more better than UK, I would say. I
Okay.
mean, they are very empathetic about the condition of the students, which lacks in Indian education system. But apart from that, the curriculum or the intensity of the coursework is really great in India, I would say. I mean, we are a lot exploited, or I would say we are not exploited, but we say no, we are a tough guy. I mean, our education has made us a tough guy. We are not a softie.
Yeah.
But maybe someone would have born and brought up and studied here might not be ready for these challenges what Indian students would take up, I would say.
Okay. Okay. So to sum it up, again, you can add again. Favorite things to do in Manchester is to watch footballs, to game sometimes whenever you have time, and to go out and explore Manchester whenever you
Yeah,
have money.
yeah.
With the student discounts, of course. So student discounts are very important. So if you are in Manchester, anybody who's watching, definitely,
Anywhere who is studying abroad,
yeah,
like people give like heavy student discounts on most of the things, and like students get a lot of concession. So that's a thing anywhere abroad, not just in UK. I think it should be in every country. I don't know
yeah.
about India.
I'm pretty sure there are some institutes
There
but
are,
they're very
but not
few.
to an extent that I have seen here. I mean,
Yeah, same
there
here.
is a student discount from on Amazon Prime,
Yeah,
and even in McDonald's, even in any website, any store, any shopping brands, anywhere
yeah,
you go, you can just ask for it.
yeah. But those are just like one or two like really top institutes in India. Whereas, yeah, I mean, studying abroad, if you go into one of these public universities as well, or any uh, private universities, I think Manchester is a private university, right?
No, so
Manchester
the thing is,
University.
I would like love to explain the structure of my college, like how
Okay,
the education is here. So there are like two universities here. It's
okay,
University of Manchester and Manchester Metropolitan University.
okay,
And there is this big confusion about the rankings between these two universities, because University of Manchester stands like what, within top 10 universities,
mm,
and like top 20 in world and top 10 in UK, something like that.
okay,
But as compared to Manchester Metropolitan University is like what, 800 ranked or 900 ranked or something like that.
okay,
But where I am studying is basically Manchester School of Architecture, which is a collaboration of both universities. So
okay,
basically, when we'll be graduating, both universities will be giving us their degrees. So
okay,
in that way, Manchester School of Architecture stands something fifth in UK or world. I'm not sure where, but
okay.
some fifth ranking university. We remember seeing the celebration in our college going on and all. So that was a great thing to brag about. But apart from that, rest our stories are the same.
Okay, moving on to the second question.
Okay.
I think I already received one of these answers, but I'm still going to continue with the question. The question states, what are your top three money saving tips when you're living in Manchester? I think one of them you have already said, saying that use student discounts and student coupons. That is one. So that can be added somewhere over here. I will add the text somewhere over here. But
Okay.
anything else that you want to add that you're
There
totally
are
money saving?
definitely a lot of money saving tricks going on. I mean, I am a bad person to manage finances,
Okay.
but yet, because of other students and everyone around giving us all tips and tricks to survive. So basically, I remember we started saving right from our bills and everything. So, like, we stopped using more heater because you don't require heater here that much as you would required in Canada or some places where the temperature is minus and all.
Okay.
So I mean, we used to just close out the windows and stop using heaters so that we would save on electricity bills.
Okay.
Then we used to just started just managing water bills. So like basic savings in bills, I would say, which we our parents used to say at home that I don't switch on the light, turn the tap off, and all
Yeah.
those basic things
Yeah.
that really do a lot of savings, I would say. Apart
Okay.
from that, I would say the student discounts, as previously mentioned, and I would say some savings from your part time. That's most you can do. I mean, the part time jobs don't earn you that much that you can, do a good amount of savings. But yeah, it gives you some handful, I would say, to save. And that's all. I mean, no, you can't do much here as a student in terms of savings. That's all you can do, and
Okay.
just try to find out cheaper buses and all. So like even in transportation, so you can save a lot in transportation. So like I started cycling here. So
Okay.
like, and they have a really good network of cycles. So like all e-cycles connected on app and all. So a bus ticket costs us like £2. But if I cycle through my way, I can do the same journey in say £1, 20 pence or something like that. So I save like 80 pence on that.
Yeah.
That's the amount of savings that we have been doing here to
But
survive.
wow, so every drop counts. No, so it's like
Yeah,
every penny counts. Yeah. So it is
definitely.
quite expensive, man. Oh
I
my
mean, our first reactions here were like, we want to have some chocolate or anything. We just went to a supermarket, it's £1. I'm like, 100 rupees for just this one chocolate. And it used to be just this much. And you're like, is it that worth? Oh, and there is a big change in economics or financial policies, I would say. So you are familiar that India has this called MRP, right? We
Yep.
have a maximum retail price, but
Yes.
in UK there is no maximum retail price. So like a pint of milk, if you go to some local store like Co-op, you might get it for like £1 50 pence. But if you go to a cheaper shop, the same brand, same company milk, they would sell for like much cheaper, maybe a pound or like 80 90 pence. So like
Okay.
every shopkeeper sells the same item on his price. There is no maximum retail price here. So you need to locate who is like a cheaper shops here, and
Oh,
you have to then plan your groceries accordingly. Yeah.
oh my God. This is very interesting, huh? It's a very interesting fact that you
I
have.
know, I know, I know. I was just figuring this out for a week, like which shops to then go, where is it cheaper and where is it not. And the answer is Aldi and Lidl. Those are like two kings here who are like our D-Mart in India, which like sell everything for most cheapest price you can get in UK, at least I would say. Not as compared to India, but yeah,
Okay.
here in UK. And also there's one shop, interesting shop called as Poundland. So
Okay.
anything and everything. So we had this shop called 99, you know that A to Z 99 and 199. We had that shops.
Yeah.
Everything for 99.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So this is Poundland. This is like their A to Z shop. So it's like anything for £1 only. So you can get like all things for £1.
Oh, wow. So did you get
Yeah.
any good deals? Like what kind of things for £1? Like
So
furniture
like
and all
it's
also?
comparatively cheaper. I mean like whatever small items, like if you want a pack of batteries, or maybe if you want like disposable cups or plates or bean bags or any household item which would cost £2 to £3, they would sell it for £1. So that's their deal. So sometimes we go there, yeah.
Interesting. Anything less than a pound anywhere?
No, that's just a small chocolate or toffee that you would get, and sometimes some bread. Bread is cheap here, that you get for 70 pence, like still 70 rupees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Arey, these guys sell Maggie for like £1. I'm like 15 rupees Maggie for 100 rupees. Why would I buy that?
Yeah, but that is like original Indian Maggie.
Nah, that's not even original. So it's sold here with the name called curry flavor Maggie. And it says on packet that it's Malaysian curry Maggie. So it's not the authentic Maggie and still it's expensive.
Oh my God.
So we switched to Shin Ramen noodles. That's our new. So that's for a pound, but it's at least better than Maggie and a good quantity. So
Okay.
a
Okay.
good ramen suggestion for all students, Shin Ramen, and it's
India.
vegan, so no issues. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Great. So all good answers, Atharva. I think
You?
top
Is there
three.
a hamper by end of this podcast or something like that?
Yeah. Hopefully, I get to that point where I.
When we get sponsors and brand
Yeah.
collaborations, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
For sure, man. For sure. Once that happens, and I'm pretty sure, I hope it happens. I'm
Yeah,
have
sure.
like a
I would
reunion.
love to come back again and again on Table Talk Show here.
I will literally like, okay, we can discuss about the business later on. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
um,
Let's move on to third question.
yes, third question is drum roll. Lastly, if I think you already have answered like in multiple aspects, but again, I
Okay,
have this
maybe I
question.
can unfold more layers of it. Go
Okay.
on.
Okay. Lastly, if there was somebody planning to move to Manchester for their masters
Mhm.
or stay or anything, your juniors, what particular advice would you give them?
This is a very trick question. Like, I
Okay.
have a really elaborate answer for this
Okay.
because now, after all the decisions I've taken, and when I look back, I would recommend them that first of all, identify the field of post graduation that they are really interested into, because the courses here are named similar but are very different. Like, for example, my course was MA Architecture and Urbanism. So it's a very broad term, but it was basically a urban design masters. But similarly, there are different courses just in University of Manchester or Manchester Metropolitan, apart from where the MSA is involved. So those guys can look up to that courses also. And definitely, I would say try to come with a scholarship. That's the best suggestion. I mean, I have that circumstances where I had to move out, so it was my what you can understand what circumstances I was under.
I
So
don't know.
that I
Yeah.
didn't looked up for much scholarships. I was like, let's take up a education loan and move out. But it's really a not very great choice, I would say. I would suggest to come highly on scholarship basis. And I would also suggest that, try to locate the companies first where you want to take up a job and try to take a course accordingly, because the thing is you can come and take up any course, like any Tom Dick Harry course is here, like from a 1 year course to a 2 years course, but the accreditation really matters here, that if your course is accredited by some of the organizations here, like how our bachelor's is accredited by the university and the Council of Architecture both, so that certification is important. So I would say that is two things that any student should consider. And uh, when they'll be moving out, all the visa documentation process, there are these agents that help them out with that, so that's not a bit of a challenge. But the another challenge here is finding accommodations or local help and support and all kind of these survival tips that I shared before. So these are the real things that I think a student should care about when they have to move out here. And any other thing, maybe you can ask something out of it if my answer is very vague or anything like that.
No, no, I think it's fine because we are covering like a huge audience. We're not, of course, we are
Yeah,
from architecture fields, but people who will watch this, they come from all the fields. So I think it's
right.
better if it's not very specific.
Yeah. I,
Yeah,
I I would just say, like, whatever field from anyone belongs to, before
yeah,
just coming, try to check up the accreditation or the certification and the validation of that certification in their job field is the
yeah,
most important thing to care
yeah,
about. And scholarships, yeah, try to get scholarships. Otherwise, you have to struggle a lot.
yeah. Money, money, money. All
Money
right.
problems.
Yes, money and problems and adulting and being in your 20s and struggling and hustling. That is what
Yeah.
currently what we're doing. And cheers to that. And thank you so much for being on today's episode, Atharva Bhole. I enjoyed
Thank you.
talking to you. Hopefully, we do this again in the
Yeah,
other
definitely.
episodes. I will get a few more people. This was really like unplanned, impromptu. I just came from my work. Atharva has fortunately like one day off today, and he poor thing he has to go to the market today with his girlfriend. And anyway, all of us are very busy, but we are
Yeah.
here for you, the viewers. If you want to watch the previous original episode where all of us are together, just rambling something, talking about Bombay and things. We were younger back then. We were like in a COVID phase, so don't judge us. But I will put that link somewhere over here on the screen, and you can watch that. And thank you so much for the viewers, and see you in the next episode. Bye bye, Atharva. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you, Saranga, for inviting me.
My
I'd
pleasure.
love to come back again.
Where is the stop button? How do I end the recording?
मेरा भी कंटिन्यू करना है क्या अभी?
Hi. Look, end cut.
Bye.
It's still recording 1 minute. Okay.